Hey guys, Belladonna here, back with my amazing collection. We are here today with another collection close-up video, and we're going to be featuring this case behind me here. And it is full of a whole bunch of interesting items, including some actual antiques. They're from different cultures and traditions and just interesting stuff that I've picked up over time. And I hope you enjoy getting to see them up close. We will have one more collection close-up video after this before getting back to the regularly scheduled videos of the history behind my pieces. So I hope you enjoy and stay tuned. So we're gonna start on this shelf up here. I have a beautiful little hunk of amethyst here, little pewter figurine. These are kind of cool. These little books. So this one I believe is from 1947, and it's a better little book featuring Roy Rogers and the Deadly Treasure. One of the cool things about this one, let's see if we can find a safe place to open it up, is that they have these adorable little illustrations. And they were just little pocket novels. Super cute. The other one up here is The Plainsman. And this was a Gary Cooper and Jean Arthur picture that the big little book turned into a book. Read the book and see the picture. This one is even older, from 1936. And it features photos from the actual Paramount film to accompany the text, and that's really neat. Vintage Native American artist signed little skull back there. We've recently looked at this Russian lacquer work. A little Matryoshka doll. This was a really fun little kaleidoscope here. This is a little mid-century piece. I have a video showing some of the kaleidoscoping. It's pretty cool. These little barware spoons I have also done a video on because they feature vintage coins as their little spoon part, and then semi-precious stones in the handles. These are neat little figurines. It's actually a pair of them here, and these are hand-carved African tribal art. I'm not precisely sure, as I got conflicting results when researching them, what tribe they were. The Maasai was one of the most common that I was seeing. But they're really, really neat. It looks like this one was originally holding something, and I'm not exactly sure what. But otherwise, they're still in pretty good condition. Beautiful little bronze plaque back here. Features a Hindu goddess. And it's got a lot of repose work done to the detailing here. Some more of that beautiful Russian lacquer work that we've looked at recently, and a Matryoshka doll. This is also African tribal art, but this is a bronze figurine, and this lovely water carrier has been done in a two-toned bronze, and it's just really well done. You see her child hanging off the back of her hip back there. It's just gorgeous, and you can see the different artistic styles between the two types. Here we have just kind of some random antique and vintage coins. They are in rather poor condition, unfortunately, but I still think it's really neat to have these little pieces of history that have traveled around and had such long lives now sitting on my shelf. So we're gonna move down to this shelf here, and it's got a lot of really fun stuff too. So we've done a video on that book back there. That is a signed copy of The Wizard's First Rule by Terry Goodkind, and it is actually the advanced reader's copy. So that is pre-publishing. We have some nifty little things from various cultures and religions down here. This is a Bodhisattva charm, a little 4-leaf clover. We have an Egyptian plaque here. That is a copy of the Scythe of Horus, I believe. Lovely enamel work here. Partridge in a pear tree. Ooh, more careful with my glass. Let's see, obviously we have done a lot of looking at my various pieces of cloisonne. They are one of my favorite things to collect. I have quite the range of them at this point. Recently picked up this adorable little turtle, and I just love that. He's still got the blue inside, which is one of my favorite things to find when I'm looking for cloisonne, but he's definitely different from my other pieces so far. This one back here is also enamel work, but this is different. So this is an antique bronze Champlevé vase, and this is Chinese, and it is a little beat up, a little damaged, but I just love having such an old antique in my collection. I believe this is supposed to be from the 17th century. This is a Moroccan coffee grinder. It is also an antique, and it could probably use a little bit of restoration work, but it is definitely one of the favorite things I've found in the wild so far, because this is actually painted coin silver on top of this hand-fashioned wooden box here, and it is just really, really beautiful. It is also an antique piece, and it's possibly from the 17th century as well. But this is just in such great condition, even with a little bit of work it needs, that I was super, super excited to add that to my little collection here. A couple of other little antiques here. So I've got this fish oil lamp from India, and I really love the chain that links it together. Let's see if I can carefully detangle this here. So this is the chain it would hang from, and they look like it's got like a pheasant or a peacock perhaps as the links. And so that was really neat when I found this one. Part of me is tempted to clean it up and see it shine. Ooh. The top link here is actually like a little lemur or something. And it was just so interesting that after all of the same ones, that the top one would be a little bit different. Let's try and put that down a little bit more carefully than we picked it up. Okay. This is another beautiful little antique brass piece. This one I will probably end up polishing up, because it doesn't necessarily have any significant history behind it, but it is just super little fun piece. And of course, my mini little obsession with Disney over here, this little mid-century glass tray. So this is actually smoked glass, and so you'll see that it's got that gray tint to it. It's super fun. Ooh, we are just clinking and clanking everything around today. Okie dokie. So yeah, lots of little fun pieces up here. And then we're gonna move down to the final bottom shelf. So here we have one of the Easton Press volumes. It's the Gold Rush. Tales of the Gold Rush, to be specific. And this beautiful book, I liked the irony of the Tales of the Gold Rush being bound in gold embossed leather, so I added it to my little case. We did a little video on this. So this is really cool. This is the Standard Diary #1. And let's see if I can carefully get this open here. This is actually somebody's diary from all the way back. Oh. In 1887. So that was pretty neat, like an actual piece of history to find. And if you're interested in hearing more about it specifically, make sure you go look for the video on my page, because it's really cool. So other neat things in here are like this Tibetan prayer wheel. So you're supposed to spin it around, which is a little hard to do with my non-dominant hand. There we go. And it would have a little compartment in the inside of the wheel for your prayer paper. Another little Hindu sculpture here. So this is an elephant. He is hand carved and inlaid with brass and ivory. And he's pretty neat. I actually have a bigger version. This guy is even neater. He is not only on wheels, but if you lift this little latch here, he's got a compartment on the inside. And so these were often used as temple offerings, and they'd have the little offerings on the inside here. And he's just an awesome little antique. This is really nifty. So this is a little scale for your mail. And so it was a letter scale. You would hang the letters on the little hook here from the corner, and it would weigh it up to 4 ounces. And that's just a nifty little trick before our modern day computers and scales. I'm sure you'll have noticed my obsession with brass at this point. I really loved these mid-century hourglasses here. They're super adorable. This little dude is an onyx figurine who I believe is supposed to be Mayan, and there are Aztec ones, but they tend to have more of an animalistic detailing to them, whether it's in the headdress or even the facial features. But this one has more of the feathers and kind of like a floral design here. And so that's usually more of a Mayan stylization than an Aztec one. He's unfortunately a little bit damaged, missing one of his semi-precious stones there, but he is still a super neat little thing. And, you know, the giant semi-precious stone in front of him kind of makes up for it. This is really cool. So this marble is inlaid with gorgeous mother and pearl detailing to form Taj Mahal. And that is just super, super pretty. We're not even going to try and pick it up though, because it weighs a ton. That pretty much sums up some of the awesomest things in my case here, and I hope you guys enjoyed getting to take a closer look at them and finding a little bit more about some of the details. Make sure you're staying tuned, because we do have the one last video to come. Thanks for watching.